Good evening, everyone. You are in the spotlight with Brian Gardner for this Thursday, August 18, 2016. Good to have you all here for our second of two shows this week. Our last Thursday show and for the for August, our last Thursday show. Really, I mean, even though the summer doesn't end till end of September, for really the summer in many ways. We won't have another Thursday show until September the 8th. So this is it. Next couple of weeks, we'll only be doing one show on Tuesdays. So, all right. So as we start off here tonight, we do have an important deadline to tell you about here tonight. For those participating in the Spotlight TV Awards, the deadline for the nomination ballots is tonight. Now, you got a little bit of extra time. I got out of work late, and I had some technical problems getting on. My microphone had issues. I had to work that out. So you had a little bit extra time tonight to get those nomination ballots in. So, but now that time has ended. We are closing the deadline tonight. We were only waiting for, I think, 4 more ballots tonight. So we had a nice late rush of ballots over the last couple of days since I talked about it on Tuesday. So anybody that hasn't gotten their ballots in yet, the deadline is now passed. It is over with. So the nomination ballot deadline is now over with. Now we will begin the process of counting the ballots. And by we, I mean our pundits, our vote counters, if you will, our impartial, unbiased vote counters, if you will. And again, we will announce the nominations for the In the Spotlight TV Awards on Thursday, September 8th. So our next Thursday show, we will do that. So keep that in mind here going forward. So the nominations will be announced on Thursday, September the 8th. Also that night, we'll give you all the information you need to be a part of the live voted awards. Those awards that we voted on live during the In the Spotlight TV Awards. We'll give you information how you can help to decide the nominees for the In the Spotlight live voted TV Awards. We'll give that information to you on Thursday, September 8th as well. And then Thursday, September 15th, the winning ballots will be due. And then Thursday, September 22nd, the In the Spotlight TV Awards will be broadcast live. And we will, of course, let you all do the live vote awards throughout the show and all that good stuff. So that is the way it is right now. So the deadline for the nomination ballots has now passed. So please do keep that in mind. As we start off here tonight, as always, want to remind you all of the ways which you can interact and contribute to our show. Have your voice heard by emailing us at itspotlight411@gmail.com. You can also follow us and tweet us at itspotlight411. Please remember to use the hashtags, either hashtag itspotlight411, hashtag ITS5. Tonight is a wrestling show, so you can also use hashtag ITSWrestling. Or you can always create your own hashtag, hashtag ITS Brock Lesnar, if you want to use something like that. You could do a lot of different things. And nice we discuss movies, use hashtag ITS movies. You can create your own hashtag and have fun, but just don't be disrespectful or offensive. That's all we ask. You can also find us on Facebook. Just look for In the Spotlight 411 on Facebook. Make sure you like our page upon finding it. As my co-host, he's now on the line here. On the air, I should say. I'll bring him on. Mike, you are on In the Spotlight. How you doing?
Also, use the hashtag ICS hella late. ICS hella late.
ICS? ITS. Oi, 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 oi.
I don't care.
I was working.
You were late.
Okay.
I won. What I fuck
I'm still waiting for our other co-host who told me he will be on tonight. He wasn't on the last time, but he will be here tonight. Convinced he is downstairs. I don't know what's taking him so long, but hey. But he's told me, and
I believe he has done what we call forgotten what the hell he was supposed to be doing tonight.
He literally told me like 10 seconds before I got on the air, but that matters. Yeah, so our second co-host, Justin, who usually joins for these wrestling shows, should be joining us tonight at some point, hopefully. All right, so tonight is an all-wrestling show. We were going to talk about one other thing, and that was what they're calling Lochte Gate. But we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to save that for Tuesday's show because, we're going to have to talk about the Olympics on Tuesday anyway, and somehow I think this is going to completely overwhelm anything else that happens in the Olympics next few days because it's a huge story. It's quite frankly, it's an embarrassment. It is. I mean, it's just embarrassing what happened, and we'll talk about it in full on Tuesday because we won't have a lot to talk about on Tuesday. So we might as well leave it for that. I don't want to get into it tonight, and then we take too much time away from wrestling and stuff. So we'll leave all that. for Tuesday's show. We'll talk about the scandal with Ryan Lochte and Cole and all that good stuff for Tuesday. Not good stuff, but I mean all that stuff for Tuesday. So there's that. So this will be an all-wrestling show. We're primarily going to be previewing WWE Summerslam PPV. We'll be talking about a few other things throughout as well. There's a lot of suspensions to talk about, including a new one that came out tonight. We'll talk about those. We'll address questions and comments from the fans. If you haven't submitted a question or comment yet and you'd like to, you can do that during the show as well. Email, Facebook, or Twitter. You all have the information there. You can do that if you haven't already done so. And that's basically going to be our show. And even though there's a lot of matches, they're not a lot of these matches. Well, not a lot of them, but there's a couple of them that are kind of like rematches. They've been done before, so I think we can make our way through it relatively quickly here tonight. All right. So, we're not going to wait for the second co-host because we don't know when he's going to jump on. So I think we should just get going. What do you think, Mike?
I think we should just go too. Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins. Okay. All right. So we are gonna preview I can't. That's funny. WWE Summerslam, which will be taking place on the WWE Network and on pay-per-view this coming Sunday from Brooklyn, New York, once again for the second straight year. I think we can both agree, Mike, that we're happy it's no longer in LA for the time being.
LA did get better, but then Brooklyn came out and just that crowd was electric.
Yeah, it was
everything last year.
Yes, it's going to be a great environment, and plus they're getting some matches that really do play to the crowd on Sunday. So.
And not only that, do not forget getting NXT TakeOver 2.
Yes.
Which is going to be a hell of a card. Hell of a card.
Exactly. So it's going to be a great weekend of wrestling in Brooklyn and great matches. It should be a really, really fun environment both nights. All right, so we're going to start. Let's see here. I'm going to pull this up. I'm trying to get the card pulled up so we have everything in front of me here. Because for some reason I wasn't able to get it off. Okay, here it is. It wasn't working on the website for some reason. They made the website pretty bad. Here we go. All right, so this is what we have. All right, so we don't know if we... Obviously, there's going to be a pre-show match. We just don't know. I don't think we know what it is yet. So we'll leave it alone for right now. So we will start off with a Divas match between Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi versus Natalya and Alexa Bliss. I guess I'll start that one off because that's should be fun. All right, this is just a way. First of all, they want to get as many divas on the card as possible. They're really trying to get over Naomi with the new direction she's on, and Alexa Bliss and Carmella. So look for them to really showcase those three in this match. Natalya and Becky Lynch have had this feud going already. It also kind of extends that. My feeling is that they'll probably. My thinking is that Natalya and Alexa Bliss are going to win because I think Alexa Bliss, outside of Becky Lynch in this match, is the one that they're going to really push on SmackDown right now. Carmella's not ready. Naomi just got back. Natalya's just there. Becky Lynch is obviously a linchpin, but I think they want to make Alexa Bliss their next big thing in the Divas division. So my expectation is that you're going to have Alexa Bliss win here and get the pin. I don't think it'll be on Becky. It'll be Carmella or Naomi, probably Naomi. But I think Natalya and Alexa Bliss are going to win this match. And it should be a fun little spotlight kind of match. Not going to get a lot of time. I mean, it wouldn't even surprise me if this is the pre-show. But, yeah. So I think Alexa Bliss and Natalya win this match. Mike, go ahead.
Picking Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't... Look... They're really just kind of holding off on. I really think they're not rushing with Becky.
Right.
I think her moment's coming at WrestleMania.
Okay.
So with that in mind, highlight the newer divas. That is the whole point of this match. They're going to highlight the newer divas, get them over.
Right.
So I do believe you're right, in that it's going to be Natty and
Yeah.
the Natty and Bliss team. I think Alexa Bliss is going to be. Excuse me. I do think Alexa Bliss is going to be the one they're going to highlight in this match.
Right. Yeah, they're all in on her, so it's not really. It wouldn't be really a surprise. All right, next match on the card. The beginning of a best of 7 series between Cesaro and Sheamus, which I know intrigues you, Mike. So go ahead.
Intrigue me. I think 7. So you gotta get. I believe this match, specifically this match, it's going to be hard hitting. It's going to be really good, and by the end of the 7 matches, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, is this series finally over? God, we got this match so much terrible." Really, the reaction.
Yep.
These guys will just put on a hell of a show, and it keeps them busy. It keeps them both busy. You know?
Right. I agree.
So with that being said, I think with this match specifically, it'll kind of flow based on faces, because they can kind of go either way. In that balance, you know?
True. Yeah, very true.
But I think this match, more than a lot of the other ones, so with that being, I'm not super familiar with the cards of this thing. I think Sheamus face. I'm going to go with Sheamus. He's my boy. Because I know there's like, oh, who's still a fan of Sheamus? I'm a fucking fan of Sheamus. Sheamus is my boy. It could go either way. Right. I think Sheamus takes match 1. I think Cesaro's going to win the 7th. Yeah, 1-1, 2-2. You know, it'll just be like that.
Right.
So Sheamus wins here because I think the more faces are going to go over than heels on this show.
Yeah, this is one of those matches that really you're right. It's going to kind of be like but depending on how everything ends up, it's going to fluctuate. Because it really could go either way. It's going to be a fun match. First of all, I mean, to be honest, I like the whole concept of this because it protects both of them in the end. You put somebody over without really burying somebody else. I think that's what's cool about this whole concept. Because you're going to let Sheamus get some wins in too, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see Sheamus. I'm going to go with Cesaro just because of the fact that I think, you know, I don't know. I just feel like they're going to want to spotlight Cesaro here because it's Brooklyn, and you know they know that the Smarks kind of hate Sheamus, and I feel like they're thinking in Brooklyn is always going to be like, okay, play to the Smarks. You know what I mean? Oh, look, Justin's here. Fashionably late as usual.
Hey, I had
So.
I came from a very far distance away. I had to come upstairs.
What a journey. What a journey. Just incredible. Incredible.
No, just incredible is a different wrestler.
Very true. Anyway, I'm going to say Cesaro only because I think that, again, in Brooklyn, they did it last year at SummerSlam. I think a lot of the results that they had last year were pretty much based on the fact that they were playing to the Smarks and stuff. So I'm going to go with Cesaro. Be a good match, though.
If I might say, I'm going to say Sheamus wins because Cesaro won the last two, so they need to have him win one. So Sheamus wins here.
That's actually smart. I forgot about the fact he did that. Yeah.
You're not going to have a guy who lose 3 in a row.
That's very true. That's very true. All right. So.
Otherwise, yeah, what's the point of a best for 7 if you're already going in down 3?
Yeah.
On average.
Yeah. All right. So, next up, and since Justin's here, he can start this one. Intercontinental Champion The Miz versus Apollo Crews.
Miz has not really done too much considering he was gone for what, a month and a half with the movie, correct?
Yes.
And the fact that they didn't do anything with that, they just kind of, oh, by the way, he's back, yay. I think now would be a good time to drop it. He's held it since the day after WrestleMania, so he's held it for almost 6 months. It's time to give the guy a rub. I think it's the perfect time to give for Apollo to win. Did you hear anything what I said, Brian?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, that's good.
All right, so I had the dog got in the room. I couldn't let him be in there. All right, so if you had asked me 24 hours ago, just looking at the odds and then looking at everything, I would say Apollo Crews. I thought Apollo Crews was going to win this match. I don't think that anymore. I think Miz is going to retain. First of all, they're not treating it. You know, if they're going to have a power win, I felt like they'd give a little bit more attention to the feud at this point, which they haven't. It's kind of just been an afterthought. It's been kind of there. After they had Apollo win the first match, like become the #1 contender, they kind of just dropped it almost and just. So I actually believe that I don't think it's going to be clean, no doubt. I think Miz is going to cheat and win here. If they give it to Apollo, I think they'll wait till next month to do it. I think a lot of big things are going to happen on the first SmackDown pay-per-view. I think this is one of the things they're going to hold on to. I think you're going to see, maybe you'll see Miz drop the title to Apollo at the SmackDown pay-per-view in September. So, and I don't even think it's going to be that good of a match, to be honest, because Apollo's kind of boring at this point. But anyway, quick little match. I think Miz retains with probably some help from his wife, more or less. Mike, go ahead.
Yes.
I think he wants you to give your idea, Mike.
Miz,
I think he does too, but I don't know if you noticed this, but you're kind of skipping.
we're all skipping. You're skipping too.
I'm skipping. How dare you, sir?
Welcome to the world of Google.
How dare you? The world of Google. I don't know, sir. I'm on an iPhone. Not really. I'm actually on Google Chrome. So, anyways, Miz versus Apollo Crews.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of matches that haven't been talked about in like 2 weeks, yeah, I think they are going to make this more of a moment. They said no mercies in October. I think Miz's run goes till then. Until then, they're going to try to get the next couple months to build up Apollo Crews. And I think they need to. They need to make him and his personality a priority. Because he can't just be smiling dude. Smiling dude gets you buried. See, Maya Villa, Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
That dude didn't take off until he came back with an edge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
And they're going to have to find a way to have Apollo Crews. Unfortunately, I think he kind of came up too quick.
Oh, very quick.
I think Apollo came up way too quick.
Yeah, I agree.
What they kind of need to do with Apollo is treat him a little bit like No Way Jose in NXT right now, where No Way Jose kind of, he came in, he was a smiley dude, he was dancing, loving, having fun, but this feud with Austin Aries allowed him to develop a new edge to his character.
Right.
Which is exactly what Apollo needs. And Miz is good. Miz can do this, you know? Miz can help him develop that edge, but it would require Miz to kind of go over here. So I'm going to say Miz wins by crook, and he's going to continuously antagonize Apollo, and that'll just be how it is.
Right. Okay. Next up, the WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day versus Gallows and Anderson, or if you want to call them The Club, you can feel free to call them The Club. You know, I've seen a lot of people thinking that that Gallows and Anderson are going to win here. Even the odds are kind of hinting at that. I just can't see it. First of all, I mean, yeah, the whole gimmick they have going on now after they injured Big E with the whole doctor gimmick and that is kind of entertaining, but I just don't. They really destroyed a lot of their potential with the Roman Reigns feud when AJ and Roman were feuding, and I just don't think they've gotten. I don't think they're over enough. They're very bland. They're just there's nothing about them as a tag team that really unless they're going to be a transitional champion to like Enzo and Cass, I really can't see the Gallows and Anderson winning this match. I think New Day is going to retain here. Plus, if they retain here, they get their full year-long reign. I think they want that for them. They've kept the titles on them. How many times do we think they're going to do the title change and they didn't? I just don't see them doing it right at this particular moment. So I'm going to say New Day retains. Mike?
This one actually can go either way. I feel like it can go either way. Now, first of all, they're going to say that the New Day are the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions in history. While that is true for the WWE Tag Team Championship, they are definitely not the longest reigning World Tag Team Champions in the company's history. That would, in fact, be Demolition. Now, they will not surpass Demolition. I think they lose pretty quickly. They'll lose pretty quickly before that point. And there's a chance that could happen here. There is a chance that could happen here because I think there are going to be a transitional champion in between them and Enzo and Cass. But the question is, when do you pull the trigger on Cass? If it's sooner, then I think the club wins here. If it's later, then I think the New Day retain. But I don't think it's going to be super clean. I do think, however, the club are going to be the ones to take it off of them, though. Hopefully they get it here, but I'm going to say that the New Day will retain via Big E shenanigans. But I think over the next month or so, they're going to drop the titles to these guys.
Okay, Justin.
Justin, you are up, sir.
I know, Mike. You don't give me a chance to talk before you let me say something. Because I don't take 15 seconds to respond.
No, never. You may never talk. How dare you?
Anyways, I think New Day's going to retain, but it's not. It's gonna. I think by disqualification, they're probably gonna end up trying to do to Xavier what they did to Big E. They're going to get disqualified, and they'll have another match next month where I think they'll win the titles. But for SummerSlam, I think the New Day is going to retain via disqualification. Because, like Brian said, you keep thinking, oh, no, they gotta lose now, and then they don't.
Yep. It's so much so when they do lose, it's going to be like a big shock. So, all right. Okay. Next match, we're going to make Mike happy now, Justin. Next match, Enzo and Big Cass versus Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Ooh, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Otherwise known as the best tag team in the company going up against the other best tag team in the company. All, I guess, the New Day are there too. I really, really, really want Jericho and Owens to win this. Like, I really want them to win. Again, this one kind of goes either way, and this one could kind of go based on. What heels and faces are winning. I think the money is heavy on Enzo and Cass here. However, I am contractually obligated to pick Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, and to be way more interested if they win. So I'm going to pick Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho to win, and Enzo and Cass will get their revenge match later on.
Okay. Justin?
So whoever wants to take it now.
Okay, Mike, thank you. You can shut up for a minute. I think Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho are going to win.
Fuck you, Mike.
Stop talking over me, damn it.
No, damn it, fuck you.
Oh my god, Justin's a heel tonight. Holy crap.
I think, as I said, Jericho and Kevin Owens are going to win because I think it's just going to be building up for the next pay-per-view. You go from there. And then Enzo Cass get their win. Just you gotta have a little bit of the chase going on. So I think that's what happens on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You have them lose. You probably have them lose dirty.
Right.
Because Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, they're gonna cheat. Enzo ends up taking the pin, and then they keep trying to gold Cass into ditching Enzo. Because you saw him kind of already do it in the past, like, oh, Enzo is a weak link, Cass, you can do so much better, blah, 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 blah. They're going to keep doing that when after this review. Until finally they get Enzo Cass do get the win, and they kind of get that monkey out of the back. And then they go after the tag title, someone knows.
Right.
So I'm thinking Enzo Cass win the tag titles at Survivor Series. Is my opinion. It's in for a bigger pay-per-view, even though they don't really care about Survivor Series. But still.
Yeah. Well, I thought they'd be winning it here since it's Brooklyn. They make a big deal. If we follow WWE's usual logic, they always like, isn't Enzo and Cass from Brooklyn? Isn't that their like big thing?
They're from New York area.
Right. All right. So you know what? WWE likes to humiliate you when you're in your home area.
Okay, but I'm going to stop you right there because you said one thing that I have to argue with you with. You said WWE and logic.
I'm so sorry about that. All right. WWE's trends or patterns are to have you lose in your hometown or home area. That better? There you go.
Yeah, that's about accurate.
Now, I will say this. I don't think they're going to lose because I'm not convinced that they think of this as anything other than getting all four guys on the card in a match that people give a crap about. So I'm not convinced that this is a long-term feud, like it's going to go on for a couple months. I don't know if that is the case yet. My suspicion is if Gallows and Anderson win the tag titles, then this Jericho, Owens, Enzo, and Cass feud is a one-off. Because then they'll probably have Enzo and Cass get into a feud with Gallows and Anderson pretty soon. If they don't, and New Day retains, and they're going to extend that feud out even longer, then I think they're going to extend the Jericho, Owens, Enzo, Cass feud longer. That's just the way I think it's going to be. I'm going to go with Enzo and Cass only because I just think, even though I think that WWE likes to humiliate you, I just think they want to think of it as they put so much into them as a tag team and bringing them up, making it a big deal, and giving them all these promos. And I kind of think they want to go for a moment. And since they're not in the tag team tournament, they can give them a moment, giving them a big win at a big pay-per-view. So, and by the way, if they don't, I don't think they're winning the tag titles till WrestleMania. I don't. I think they're going to wait till WrestleMania and Enzo and Cass. But I'm picking Enzo and Cass. So that's what I'm going with. Alrighty. Next match is WWE Women's Champion Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. Ooh, Justin gets the Sasha Banks match. Go ahead.
I like the boss.
Look at it, he's getting giddy, Mike.
You can tell they're gonna try to play shenanigans of, oh well, yeah, Dana Brooks banned, but there's gonna be another TV that comes out, yeah, and it ends up failing, and Sasha's gotta win. She needs to win, and she needs to hold that belt pretty much until WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see her losing it here. I don't see her losing it for a long time. So,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
So Sasha Banks.
Sasha, definitely.
Yeah, Sasha Banks is winning the match. I don't think this feud's going to be over. I think you're going to get one more pay-per-view out of it, at least. And then they'll probably do some kind of they'll probably keep these two in each other's orbits and keep doing it until they're ready to bring Bayley up for good. That's probably what you're going to get. They might even do a tag match, not even defend the tag titles at one pay-per-view. They'll keep extending this thing for quite a while.
You know what they could do? Sorry to interrupt, but you know what they could do, which would add drama to it? Make it a triple threat with Dana Brooke, and then run the whole Dana Brooke is helping Charlotte, but maybe she'll kind of take advantage and try to win the title herself.
Yeah.
It's kind of very similar to the whole Randy Orton Triple H evolution thing, when Randy Orton won the title.
I can actually see that happening.
But you don't have Dana actually win the title. You just have her try to pin Charlotte, or something like that.
No, I could actually see that happening. I think they're going to extend this for a couple months. Yeah, I think they're going to extend this for a couple months. It's going to be a fun. I mean, they're going to give these two time because they gave them time. I mean, that Raw match was just so awesome, and they got so many good reviews from it. So they're going to give these two a lot of time. But yeah, Sasha Banks is retaining here, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And you're right, they are going to tease shenanigans, but I don't think it's going to factor in anything. So, Mike, go ahead.
It's going to be a great match. Sasha Banks is going to win.
Okay.
Are you mad? I think he's mad.
I just stopped paying attention to him after a while.
Oh.
No, it's like Kingdom Hearts. No.
No, I think you're mad. I think you're mad.
What part of no blaming Kingdom Hearts did you hear? No, I'm not mad. Fuck off.
Okay. Anyway.
But in the end, how much more analysis do you need? It's going to be a good match.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. It's just weird. You've been okay. All right. Next match: U.S. Champion Rusev versus Roman Reigns. I can't do that the way others do it. Sorry, I failed. Oh, I get to do this one. Oh, great. All right. So since this is an easy match to pick because they didn't give us the match they gave us on Monday with Roman pinning Rusev clean, it would be a little bit more of a difficult pick. Not necessarily. I'd still make the same pick, but I wouldn't feel as secure about it. So this is going to be. These two proved they had good chemistry. I mean, it was a good match. I think it's going to be a good match. I don't think it's going to get as much time as it did on Monday, and I do not think it's going to be a clean finish. But I do think Rusev is going to win this match. There's not a doubt in my mind. And like Mike said, sometimes analysis is not needed, and that's all I got for this one. So Rusev retaining, not clean though. Mike, go ahead.
This match is going to be really good. Roman Reigns has kind of fit into like the John Cena kind of spot where he's getting to be really good in big matches. Son of a bitch. But in the end, I agree with you. I think Rusev's going to retain here because I think they're going to kind of space this one out for a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be good, though. I think it'll be a disqualification.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Rusev by... Roman by DQ. Roman's going to win by DQ.
Oh, That's a different. Okay. All right.
So,
Justin.
Rusev's not losing the title. Because you had the match on Raw, Roman's not winning the title. I think it's going to be some sort of interference, no DQ, but it's going to be just like how the first Rusev Cena match was,
Yeah. Right.
where Rusev won by knocking Cena out. It's going to be the same way. Yeah, more, Lana's gonna maybe hit him with a purse, and inside the purse is a brick or some stupid thing like that. And it's gonna be something similar to that, but it's gonna be Rusev winning by cheating and retaining the title.
Right. Yeah, I could see that. Even though they haven't made an effort to make Roman look very strong lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility. All right. Next up on the card is John Cena versus AJ Styles, and what should be the blow-off to this feud. Mike, you get to start. Go ahead.
Well, in the end, Cena's going to be taking some time off. I believe that was reported.
Mm-hmm.
Cena's going to be taking some time off after SummerSlam. So I think AJ wins here because they're going to propel him towards one of the two big titles coming up very soon.
Right.
So he's going to need to beat John Cena, and something they couldn't give Kevin Owens last year. But I think, and Vince is reportedly very happy with AJ Styles. So I think AJ is going to win here. I'm trying to see what else is on the freaking card. Yeah, but I think AJ is going to win here. It's going to be really good.
It's going to be an awesome match.
I think it's going to be a very, very good match. And this entire pay-per-view has got a chance to be extremely good. But yeah, I'm going to take AJ Styles. It's going to take like 15 Styles clashes, and hopefully John Cena touches his neck out the right way for all of them. But I think AJ wins here.
Justin?
Clean.
AJ's winning clean because they already.
Whoever's going to go next.
He said my name, so pay attention. AJ's going to win clean because they already had AJ. They already had AJ win by cheating. So I think that it kind of reversed what they did with Kevin Owens, where he won clean, and I think he wins clean here, and this is the end point of the feud, and we all move on to something else.
Right.
Get the hell away from this feud.
Yeah, it's been a long feud. All right, so you're good?
Yes.
Okay.
AJ, clean, done.
Yeah, we know it's gonna be a great match. These two are gonna have a classic. I get outside. Obviously Cena won't have an injury like he did during that Daniel Bryan match, but I think it's gonna have the feel of a Daniel Bryan Cena match where you're gonna have. It's gonna be a clean finish, and I think Cena's gonna I think Cena's gonna put AJ Styles over here. I think AJ's gonna win this clean, and you're gonna have AJ immediately push to the title picture. So yeah, this is an easy one to call. I think AJ beats John Cena clean in this match, and it's gonna be a memorable moment too. I think they're gonna really make this a big moment. So, next up, WWE World Champion Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. Such a random match, but Justin, you get to start. Go ahead. Okay, Justin, you're not being heard. Mike, are you hearing anything?
Nope.
Justin, you're not being heard. Your sound is off.
I don't think he's being muted again.
Did Mike mute me like an ass?
No, he didn't mute you.
Well,
Nobody muted.
someone muted me. So
No.
No, nobody
no,
muted you.
this time.
Nothing was showing. Nothing was showing on your screen as muted.
I had something about it that said it was. So, anyways.
No.
No.
Anyways, Dean wins, and I see Ziggler pretty much snapping.
Hmm.
You know, because all the you always get so close and can't quite get over the hump. They're just going to get to him, and probably on next SmackDown he just snaps. They have and then they leads on to another match next month.
Okay.
But Dean wins here.
Okay. Yeah. I think everybody's gonna agree, even though a lot of people are trying to set the narrative up that after that Stone Cold podcast that Dean's gonna lose there. I don't think he is. I think Dean's gonna win here. It's gonna be a cool match, I'm taking a different approach. See, a lot of people think that Bray Wyatt is gonna interfere in the Brock Lesnar Randy Orton match and cost Randy Orton. I don't see that because they've been having the Wyatt family and Bray in and around Ziggler and Ambrose. So it wouldn't make any sense for Wyatt to interfere in that match at this particular moment. I think Bray Wyatt's going to cost Dolph Ziggler. And I think we're going to get a match, either a triple threat match with those three at the next pay-per-view, or Bray versus Dolph, or Dean Ambrose moves on to something else. That's what I think. I don't see them pulling the whole... Although, I guess I could see them doing it, but I don't think that's... They've kept Bray around these two for a reason. And I think that reason's going to be shown on Sunday. So I'm going to say Dean wins, but I think Bray Wyatt has a big role in it. So, Mike, go ahead.
I'm just waiting to be muted. It's all right. I agree with you. I think Dean's going to win. Actually, I agree with almost everything you said. I don't think Bray Wyatt's going to be involved in the Brock Randy match. He's going to be involved in this one. I think in the end they're going to run. They're going to run a triple threat. It just seems like the natural evolution of the story. So I know logic and WWE don't go hand in hand. But I think in the end, it's going to be win here. Bray is going to cost him. Dolph end up snapping.
Right. You know, though, I could see them running, like, if they do the Bray versus Dolph thing, I could see them using, like, him losing to Bray Wyatt after losing to Ambrose as a means to snapping. I could see that. I just think they're going to do something with Bray Wyatt and him first. All right, next up. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins to crown the first WWE Universal Champion. I always think there's a chance that Rollins can pull it out here, but I've said since the beginning, it just feels like, especially since they had Finn Balor pin Roman Reigns, and the way that they've treated him and the whole Demon King thing, I really think that they're pushing Finn Balor here. So I've said since this program started, I feel like Finn Balor's going to win. Even though in the back of my mind there's always that chance Rollins wins because of how high they are on him and how, you know, he's a main eventer for life now essentially. But yeah, I really think Finn Balor's going to win. This is going to be a cool match. The crowd's going to be into it. Again, you always think in the back of your mind with Rollins that it's possible, but I feel pretty good about picking Finn. So I'm going with Finn Balor. Just what happened? The mic? We lose Mike?
Thank God.
Are you two having like a fight or something? What's going on?
I don't know, but I think your headphone microphone isn't working. It's going to your laptop now because you sound different. I think it's in my unplugged. But anyways, going to what you were saying with the match, I agree with you. I think Finn's winning. They built him up so much right now. And you probably run the whole thing of the Stephanie and the kind of they're supporting him, but more or less like, God, not this guy again. So they're just kind of placating him for a while until you run the Triple H turn.
Yeah.
This is just pretty much a placeholder for the Triple H turn. So I see Finn winning. Not having a long title reign, but he's winning.
I think it's one of the easier matches to call on the card, to be honest.
Now, my question is, since it's for a vacated title, there's got to be DQs, right? And if you get DQ'd, you just the other person's the title. Because titles can't change hands on DQ.
Right.
But it's not really changing hands, it's just going to a hand. I don't know. These are things I think of sometimes when I'm bored, and I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah. I that would be interesting if they did something like that, though, wouldn't it? Huh.
Yeah.
That'd be a way to kind of extend it, I guess. But I think they're going to go for a clean finish. I think, to me, it's an obvious thing that Finn's going to win. They made it such a big deal, and the only thing that they made a mistake with is having the Demon King debut in Corpus Christi.
No, the biggest mistake they made was still going to Corpus Christi.
Well, yeah, that's true. But okay. All right, so we'll move on. If he jumps back on, we'll throw it back to him. Update. Okay, Hangouts crashed on him. He's reloading.
Okay.
All right. That's what I figured. It never seems to really load properly for him. All right. So we'll move. Oh, yeah. We both froze and then it crashed. Yes, I'm aware. Okay. Live. This is why we're changing the setup in the fall. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So we will move on. There's only one more match left anyway, so we can always throw back. All right. Now, last match on the card, which he was supposed to start, but I'm sure he won't care. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. I'll let you start that one since I just did this one. So go ahead.
I think you were saying that the other match was the easiest one to call. This one's the easiest one to call.
That's true. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
It's Brock Lesnar in a match. He's winning. No one should beat Brock Lesnar until basically it's Brock Lesnar's last match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Kevin Owens. So, yeah, I'm not wrong. Yeah, Brock Lesnar's winning. I mean, let's call that one right as it is.
Easy.
He's going to absolutely just destroy Randy Orton.
Okay. All right, Mike. I'm going to throw to you. You can do the Brock and Randy match. We can also do Finn and Seth because we did that while you were off. So you can give your thoughts on both. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Are they Google crashed on me?
Yeah, nothing new there.
I will keep it short and sweet though. I think that would be a better match. I'm assuming Randy versus Brock is going to main event.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I think Finn Balor beats Seth Rollins here. I think they have more options with Finn. So it'll be just interesting to see. Seth Rollins really held the title though, but he was already champion again this year. And I think they're really trying to put a new guy over. And then they're going to kind of move it on until they eventually put the damn thing on Brock Lesnar, which will probably happen. So I think Finn wins here. They'll probably get another month out of this feud, which will be amazing. So I think Finn wins here. Brock versus Randy is just going to be 20 minutes of Brock hitting suplexes, and then Randy RKOing him, and then Brock F5ing him, and then Randy reversing that into an RKO, and then Brock F5s him, and then Randy reverses that into an RKO until eventually Brock just hits enough F5s and suplexes to beat Randy Orton. So Brock Lesnar is going to win. They're saving his big loss for somebody.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that are pulling for Randy here, which is funny because a lot of people pulling for Randy are people that hate pulling for Randy. Randy's not winning this match. And I know there's this late kind of surge of people thinking that Goldberg's going to have some kind of impact on this match. That ain't happening either. Brock Lesnar is going to win this match on his own, much in the same way as Mike just mentioned. And it really is just it's a Brock Lesnar match, so it's a spectacle. That's really what it is. It's a spectacle. But yeah, Brock's gonna win this match. If there's anything with Goldberg, and I'm not saying that there is or isn't. If there is, because there's some things, some teases going on with him and Brock, and if there is anything, it'd be one of those things that happens after the match where Goldberg kind of comes out and they face off and they lead the pay-per-view off there. It'll be one of those kind of things. It won't be like Goldberg interfering in the result or anything like that. That's just the way they'll play it. But yeah, Brock Lesnar's winning this match, no doubt about it. All right, so we got through the whole card. Now, a number of you sent questions and comments in. A lot of them were about the recent barrage of suspensions that have taken place over the last 48 hours. So rather than go through about 8 or 9 questions that all kind of address the same thing, I'm going to give us a chance to just discuss the suspensions in total right now to avoid doing that repetitive kind of question and answer. So, you two know about Paige and Alberto Del Rio. They were both suspended for 30 days due to the wellness policy. Today it was announced that Eva Marie was suspended for violating the wellness policy 30 days. This has sparked a lot of debate, including by Dave Meltzer. I'm sure you know, maybe some of you have read it, where Meltzer said if you're Eva Marie, Paige, and Alberto Del Rio, if you get wellness and you see what's happened with Brock Lesnar, you should get an attorney. There's that, and obviously with the Brock Lesnar thing, Roman got suspended, Alberto, Paige, Eva Marie, you've had all these suspensions. Meanwhile, Brock Lesnar is allowed to, do whatever the hell he wants, basically, in WWE. That's kind of the debate that's going on. So the question would be your thoughts on this great debate, and how do you think, if any, in any way, will this impact the careers of Paige, Alberto Del Rio, and Eva Marie? Those are your 2 questions.
In first regards to Brock Lesnar, if WWE was smart, and I know I'm giving too much credit here, what they should have done was, instead of saying, oh, well, we don't drug test part-timers, they should have said was, it wasn't our drug test, therefore we cannot hand out the suspension, because what if we test for things that they don't, or we have all these things that are like, it's basically like, it's the fruit of the poisonous tree. You look at it through a crime perspective. We can't, it's not our test, so it is not necessarily legitimate for us. That's all they had to say. We didn't give out the test. If he tested positive on one of our tests for this stuff, then yes, he would have been suspended. But he didn't. Yeah, we definitely test him. Wink. That's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. Was just lie. Maybe they lie now. Who knows? But they made the bad lie. They could have made a better lie. So, unfortunately for them, they're going all it's going to say is, oh, in your contract it says you get drug tested. Yeah, and you got drug tested and you failed. it's really cut and dry. For their lawyers have to say is, well, his contract's different. His contract doesn't say anything about wellness. Yours does. So in the letter of the law, in the letter of your contract, you are subjected to drug tests, and if you fail them, you get suspended.
Right.
And that's all they have to say, and there's really nothing the courts can do about it. You said you knew what you signed up for. Now the interesting thing here is, Eva Marie's husband, boyfriend, whatever the heck he is, he's actually going on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is bull crap. Once the full information gets out, you know that she's innocent." I want to know what the heck she did, because we know, or we're pretty sure we know what about Paige and Alberto Del Rio. I mean, they got the rumors. I don't think anything's been confirmed yet, but we have the rumors about it.
Right.
I want to know what Eva Marie did. And I'm still kind of interested in what Roman Reigns did, because I never really got out what exactly it was. So I want to know the information on that, too.
Yeah. Mike, you want to add anything?
I literally just found out about Eva Marie about 2 minutes ago when Justin was talking. Want to know what she did too, because there's a bit of a speculation by saying this could be part of a story, although WWE doesn't mess around with their drug test like that. They don't storyline it like they do injuries. However, Justin's right. All WWE had to do was lie. Brock failed the UFC drug testing in this period. He has previously passed all of our drug tests.
Right.
And suddenly WWE is out of it scot-free and falls back on the UFC. That's all they really had to do. Go ahead.
What do you think about what it does?
Am I dropping again?
No, you're fine. Do you have any thoughts on what it does to Alberto, Paige's, or Eva Marie's careers?
Oh, I didn't drop again. Good. Oh, excellent.
Did you hear what I said?
It hurts Alberto Del Rio and Paige. Less so Paige, more so Alberto Del Rio, because there's a nuclear heat right now in Alberto.
Mm-hmm.
No, Alberto Del Rio and Paige. Was that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. It hurts Alberto. The other two. Paige will probably rebound from it, depending on. All right. No, I just got a bunch of feedback in my headphones. I'm not sure what that was from.
I don't know what that was from. We heard it
was like
too,
screeching nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, we heard that too.
It was like I was talking and
yeah.
Right. Okay. But it hurts Del Rio. He's got more heat on him. He's probably gone after this contract. Whether or not what happens to Paige, I don't know. They value Paige, and they really want to commit to Eva Marie because of Total Divas. So I don't think it hurts them as much. But they do take a hit, especially with all the new divas coming in that they really want to push and put at the forefront. So.
Right. It's interesting that you brought up like the whole like storyline thing, even though like you said they don't usually like to do storyline for the drug policy. Now I should add that match that we mentioned earlier, Becky, Carmella, and Naomi versus Alexa and Natalya was supposed to feature Eva Marie too on Alexa and Natalya's side, and the reason why it does is because of the suspension. They pulled her out of the match. So that's why I want to point that out. I don't think it really does anything for Eva Marie because, you know, I mean, there's been times where she's already had heat on her anyway, mostly due to her wrestling or her match ability. Paige, I think right now, Paige right now is going to be kind of, you know, she's going to be that person where they're, you know, once she starts being on TV again, she's going to take her lumps a little bit, if you will. You know, she's going to be like, she'll lose some matches, she'll kind of be down at the bottom for a little bit, and then once it passes, they'll move her back up. You know? It'll be that kind of thing. So, yeah. But I don't think it does. I think Alberto's gone anyway. I think he's going to be leaving anyway, so I don't think it really does anything there. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if after his 30 days are up, we see him for a couple weeks on main event, and then he's done. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. All right, so we addressed the whole suspension thing, and that was a big thing. I mean, that was a lot of our emails. So here's a couple of other different questions here. There are all kinds of rumors of potential special appearances at SummerSlam on Sunday, from Goldberg to Ronda Rousey to Paige Van Zant to even other former legends that might have an impact on the event. Do you think we'll see any big surprises on Sunday? And if so, do you think they'll have any impact on the matches and anything potentially for WrestleMania?
First off, we just lost Mike again.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Second off, I don't see too many big surprises. Might get like one or two, a couple of nostalgia pops here and there, but that's it. I don't see Goldberg. I think they build up to that later on, if they do it at all. What are the other ones you said might be coming in?
There was talk that Ronda Rousey was spotted in the area.
Oh no! Here's another thing. When was the last time anyone heard anything about Ronda Rousey? She's the fight she lost, right?
Yeah.
She's been pretty much off the radar for a good 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think your time for Ronda Rousey to be on WWE television has passed. She'll probably be there just as a fan, maybe go backstage, hang out. I don't think she's going to be in the ring on camera.
I know lately it seems like they're more interested in Paige Van Zant.
Any relation to Ronnie Van Zant?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, basically, look, I don't doubt that they still want Ronda, okay? I think that's still a possibility. I haven't heard anything, but it wouldn't surprise me if we do they have a segment, like remember last year where Stephanie was backstage talking to him, talking to Ronda, talking to some of the UFC performers. I could see something like that happening. I actually think we might get Goldberg on Sunday. I really do. I think we might get Goldberg on Sunday. Now, I know Kofi Kingston's teasing a big surprise. I'm guessing the big surprise is Big E.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's anything. Honestly, outside of Goldberg and maybe some random like Ronda Rousey kind of appearance, not necessarily like a big deal, I don't see anything big happening on Sunday as far as returns go. Mike, do you see any big returns on Sunday?
Okay. I think Goldberg makes an appearance because now that they separated, it's going to be hard to give it away on free TV. So I think Goldberg makes an appearance, and they kind of SmackDown versus Raw, SmackDown and Raw, SmackDown versus Raw, or WWE 2K17, 16, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Goldberg comes back, does a promo, probably relegates one of the matches on the card to be it, I think. There really isn't anybody. I mean, there's the rumors of all those other guys coming back, but I don't think it's happening this time around.
Right.
Or yet, I should say.
Okay. There was a lot of talk and controversy surrounding Dean Ambrose's appearance on the Stone Cold podcast last week. there's been rumors of heat on Dean Ambrose for this appearance. What do you think the impact on Dean Ambrose is going to be coming off of his interview with Steve Austin?
I don't think it's going to have a major impact on him at all.
No.
Nothing like he's not going to lose the title over it. He's not going to get severely pushed. They're just going to say they're going to scratch up to an off night, and they're just going to leave it.
Well, I think the thing that helps him is a lot of people think the thing that threw him off was the early part of the interview that was talking about his family and his background, which is something that even though he's been open about before, he's probably not exactly 100% comfortable with and didn't expect it on this particular podcast. It might have been something that he didn't think was going to – he thought was going to be maybe more about wrestling. Once they got to wrestling and talking about the Shield and everything, he got a little bit better. But I guess the parts that are really what's getting the heat on him is the stuff about Brock Lesnar and the creative team. But this is not something that hasn't – we've seen Dolph Ziggler make comments like this. We've seen other guys do that. There is a feeling, though, that people feel like if he wasn't facing Dolph Ziggler on Sunday, that he would drop the title. There is a feeling that if he was facing AJ or Rollins or somebody on Sunday, that he'd lose. It's just that Dolph Ziggler is kind of like saying it's kind of like Dolph's too, and they rather not give it to Dolph. That might be what the idea is. But I don't think he's gonna get the push or anything. He probably got talked to and he probably got chewed out for it. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna have much of an impact long term or anything. Mike, do you want to add anything?
What will happen to Dean Ambrose?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Nothing. I think the plans for Dean are set in stone. This heat will probably go away quickly because it's not that big of a deal in the end because Vince still sees value in Dean. Happy. I still haven't had the chance to see the interview, but from what I've seen and read, Austin was not super pleased. But nothing will happen. I mean, he's wrestling Dolph Ziggler. It's just going to get extended. That's it. Nothing really terrible is going to happen to him. So.
A couple months ago, there was speculation and rumors of guys like Shelton Benjamin, MVP, coming to WWE, among others. So far, so far, none of those rumored returns have panned out. With Shelton Benjamin getting injured, talks with MVP falling through, and none of the other rumored names even making it to WWE. Do you think we're going to see any further additions to the rosters outside of additions to NXT, or do you think that we're done adding to the rosters?
Didn't they just have a promo video for Kurt Hawkins?
Yeah, Kurt Hawkins is coming back.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the only Kurt Hawkins and Rhino was already back. Kurt Hawkins was like the only one that kind of panned out. Although Benjamin was promoted, it's just that he got injured. Mm-hmm. I'll just make this quick. I don't think the MVP thing just kind of fell apart. I don't think you're going to get any additions. I think they feel like they have enough in NXT. I think they feel like they have enough. I know the biggest thing with them is I think they're looking to add more. I think the only additions you'll see is divas. I think they feel like they need more divas. And they're about to sign a bunch of talent. I mean, I think they just haven't announced it. A bunch of like cruiserweights and there's a lot of young talent that they're bringing in. So I don't think you're going to see like former WWE guys coming back. I think you're going to see a lot of new talent. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
The NXT Divas really got rated during the draft, so they need to replenish that in the worst way. Because they took divas, they took women who were not ready. Carmella was not ready to be called up. Nia Jax still has some polishing to do. uh, they kind of blew it with that a little bit. So they really need to get some great women's wrestlers on NXT, get them experience, and then before they start bringing up any more. The men's side of NXT, not too bad. You still got Aries if you need to call him up. You got Joe. You got a number of people. You got Shinsuke Nakamura, and isn't that Tommy back as well now?
I think he's coming back soon.
Yes.
Or maybe he's already back.
He's still
Yeah.
going to be down there for a little bit, just kind of rehab almost. But they might sign one or two more guys that pretty much use as like a Jinder Mahal enhancement talent type thing. But other than that, I don't think they'll sign any big names. You're not going to get Kurt Angle, or you're not going to get some of these real big, huge guys.
Mike, you want anything to add?
Not really. I believe they don't really need a bunch of other talent right now, except in the Divas division. That's mostly to replenish NXT, and from what I understand, they had two really big women's wrestlers debut or are debuting in Ember Moon and what was her name? I can't think of her name, but I think she debuted at the most recent show the one they did last night. One they aired last night, I should say. So it's the women's that have to work on. And they need to kind of build up the new divas they brought up. Mm-hmm. I mean, Alexa Bliss is honestly the only one who is ready.
Right.
Honestly, she was the only one. Dana Brooke still needs work, but they brought her up pre-draft. Nia Jax, I agree with Justin. She needs a bit more polish, but she's almost there. Carmella, she needs a little bit of work too, and it might have helped if she had went to Raw instead of SmackDown. But they really need to replenish the women's division. I'm trying to see what his name was.
Well, there is one hot free agent out there they could sign.
Liv Morgan?
Yeah. There is one hot free agent they could sign. Heath Slater.
Would help.
He's
yeah.
One of the biggest names right now. All right, we'll do. Well, okay. This person had two questions in one, so we'll just address this to both of them, and we'll end it on that. Kind of a twist on the question we just kind of answered, but do you think any of the recently released names, Ryback, Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett, will make a return to WWE anytime soon, especially with the brand split? And how do you think the brand split has unfolded so far? Which brand do you think has been the better of the two thus far?
Well, first off, we have to quantify it with how soon is soon. Like within the next half year, within the next year.
I would say half year to a year. That's usually a pretty good indicator.
I say none of those guys come back within a year. They're all going to be. Cody Rhodes will come back. Probably won't be for a year and a half. I say end of 2017. Same. Wade Barrett, probably around the same way. Maybe a little bit before that. Ryback, I don't see Ryback coming back for a while.
Yeah.
He's really burning the bridge. And I guess with WWE, no bridge is truly burnt. I mean, they brought back an Ultimate Warrior, and everyone thought that was going to be impossible.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Barrett and Rhodes will be back, probably not for at least a year. As for the brand split, it seems like Raw has been kind of just doing its thing. SmackDown is more or less hit and miss. You have a great episode, and you have a bad episode. Raw is more or less just kind of not too high, it's only fluctuating a little bit, but it's staying pretty steady.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, well, first of all, about the returns. I don't think Ryback's ever coming back. Especially since I'm just going to say this. I can't tell you who I heard this from, but this person frequents message boards. They've been pretty good with their information, very good with their information. And this is what they told me when Ryback left the company a couple weeks ago. Let's see. You'll see CM Punk before you ever see Ryback. And if you see CM Punk, you will not see Ryback. That's what he told me. So I believe that you'll see CM Punk back in the next couple years. I don't think you'll see Ryback. I think Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, because it's a family history there, and I think he'll want to come back and kind of have one last run. Barrett, I could see just coming back for a little bit, just help, getting having a year or two, and then saying goodbye. And those guys I don't think left. I mean, even though Cody, there was a lot of missed opportunity and there was a little bit of tension there, it wasn't as bad as Ryback. It really wasn't. Ryback just got ugly at the end. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to see Ryback. But I think you'll see Rhodes and Barrett back, and you're right. I don't think it'll be for the next year. The brand split, here's the thing. I think you have to grade them differently because Raw has the extra hour. And a lot of times the first hour and the last hour are really, really good. And you got that middle hour where it's kind of like they kind of have to, that's kind of the hour where they have a lot of things that drag because you could tell they literally just have nothing else to do. Especially now with the brand split, that they have to let things kind of go on longer than they should. So if you view it just as, if you keep that in mind, I think you look at Raw and think that Raw's been the better. I know a lot of people feel like SmackDown is because it had better character development, better build, but here's the thing. A lot of the stuff that's outside of the Divas, a lot of the stuff that's on SmackDown is continuation from stuff that's already been going on, like Cena Styles. Ambrose and Ziggler's new, but again, there's only so much you can do with that. I feel like SmackDown, unlike Raw, Raw's got the Divas title, the US, the tag. SmackDown's kind of in a holding pattern until after SummerSlam, because then they can introduce their women's title, then they can introduce their Divas title, and then all of a sudden the whole show has direction. You have other titles on the show besides the IC and the WWE, and then you can kind of play that out. So I think that's going to help SmackDown get a little bit better and have more going for it. Raw has had those titles, so they have a little bit more to do. But I also think Raw had a little bit more of a new energy because pretty much everything was different from the beginning. They started the new feud with Rollins and Balor. They started a new feud with the tag titles. They started a new feud with the the Divas title was an existing feud. That was the only thing that was existing. Everything else was new. New U.S. title feud. Everything was new. So they had a little bit of a leg up, I think, where SmackDown had a couple of things that kind of continued on and went from there. So I think that gave them a little bit of a leg up. So I think Raw has had, I think the first week of the brand split, Raw was amazing. SmackDown was kind of there. The second week, SmackDown was better. Raw was kind of Third week, it was the opposite. I think every week it's kind of been ebbing and flowing back and forth. I feel like Raw, even though people thought SmackDown was really good this week, I had a couple good moments. I think Raw was better this week. That's just my feeling. It kind of goes back and forth, though. So, yeah, and look, Mike joined us just in time to give his thoughts. So, Mike, your thoughts on Barrett, Rhodes, Ryback, and the brand split? You there?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Me?
I was, yeah.
Sorry, my Hangouts froze again.
Yeah.
So I figure if I come up without the video camera, it might help a little bit.
It might. It's a good idea.
So brand split. Brand split. Brand split. Yes, I do believe you have to weigh them differently. However, in terms of like match quality, I think Raw's been more on point. Raw's had some really, really good matches the last couple of weeks, especially since the draft. Like even just last week, the last Monday, Rusev versus Roman Reigns was really good, and Cesaro versus Rusev was really good. Balor versus Roman was really good. You know, there are some really good matches, and the storylines have been kind of a little bit more interesting than SmackDown. I mean, it's only starting to get good, I think, on SmackDown. It's just right now the focus has to be on Cena and Randy and Dean, but eventually it's kind of going to transition to some of the other guys. So, but I don't think Raw seems a little bit more free now than the 20-minute opening promo and BS matches. Even the enhancement matches kind of feel a little bit more like they're building to something more important. So I think I like Raw better than SmackDown right now, but that can always change. And what was the other part of the question? I couldn't hear it. Everything froze.
Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Ryback. Do you think we'll see him back anytime soon?
Define soon.
Yeah, it's the same question just asked. I always assume when somebody says soon, I say 6 months to a year. I think that's a good barometer.
Cody will probably be back first, and they have to smooth everything over. I think you do get Wade Barrett back eventually, but he might be a year and a half down the road, because there was missed opportunity with Cody, but there was a lot more missed opportunity with Wade. I think Wade's a little bit further down the road. Ryback might not ever come back. I'd like to think that sometime down the road, like 2.5 years maybe, he might come back. Especially since if he gets hot on the indie circuit, in which case it might be sooner. Because they brought Del Rio back pretty quickly after he got really hot on the indie circuit.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter how bad the bridge was burned, if there's money to be made, they're going to try to make it.
Right. So,
Ryback, it'll be further down the road, and there are other circumstances in play there.
Right.
But I think Cody and Wade will be back within a year and a half. So, that's my opinion.
Okay. All right, so I think we got to a very good majority of the major questions that were sent in. So if we didn't get to a question or comment that you might have sent in, again, we do hold on to them, and we can always address them on a future wrestling show, or you can submit them again. It's your call. Again, we do as much as time permits, and I think we actually did more than I thought we would. So that's okay. All right, so with that being said, we are done for tonight. As always, show might be over. It does not mean you have to stop interacting or contributing. You can continue to send your feedback, comments, reactions, or thoughts on things we said on the show, topics we discussed. You want to submit your own breaking news items or topics that you want to see us cover, questions about the show and the scheduling. So any of those things you can do by email, Facebook, and Twitter. You can email us at itspotlight411@gmail.com. Follow us and tweet us at itspotlight411. Remember, we have 2 hashtags that you can use. Hashtag itspotlight411, hashtag its5. That one's our 5th anniversary on the air hashtag. Or you can create your own hashtag as long as it's not disrespectful or insulting. You know, if we're talking about movies, hashtag ITS movies, wrestling, hashtag ITS wrestling, whatever you want to use, just don't be disrespectful or insulting. That's all we ask. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search for In the Spotlight 411 on Facebook and make sure you like our page upon finding it. Again, anything to do with the TV awards. Now, nomination ballot deadline did pass earlier tonight, so you're not doing that anymore. But anything in the future, any questions or any future submissions for the In the Spotlight TV awards can only be done by email only. So please do keep that in mind. And the email, of course, itspotlight411@gmail.com. Again, itspotlight411@gmail.com. If we encourage you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest information about our show, especially as it relates to scheduling. As I always say, anytime this is a last-minute postponement or delay, the only way I can reach any of you is through social media. So you want to make sure you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to make sure you get the latest information about our show if anything should change status-wise. If you'd like to keep up with our show, you have a number of ways in which to do that. You can head over to Google if you're somebody that likes streaming, likes seeing us on screen for whatever reason, or maybe you're only interested in our Google Plus YouTube episodes, which is everything from mid-October all the way up into tonight's episode, then you'll want to check us out on Google Plus and YouTube. Just search for In the Spotlight 411, and you'll have access to every episode we produce for Google Plus and YouTube, which is everything from mid-October of last year all the way up into tonight. Those episodes are available to you anytime, whether you missed a part of an episode, missed an entire episode, or just want to check back and look back at old episodes. Whatever the case, you can check us out here on Google Plus and YouTube to search for In the Spotlight 411. If you're more of a fan of audio podcasting, maybe you want to listen to us or check us out on the go for your convenience, or maybe you're somebody that wants to check out some of our older episodes before Google Plus and YouTube. Whatever the case, you can check us out on our main host sites, Podbean and iTunes. Just search for In the Spotlight 411 on Podbean and iTunes. And not only will you find our recent episodes, but you'll find every episode we've ever done since day one, way back in October of 2010. Everything from Blog Talk Radio, our original one from October 2010 to January 2011. Everything from from TalkShoe from January 2011 all the way up until October of last year. And, of course, all of our Google Plus and YouTube episodes from the mid-October of last year all the way up into tonight, all transferred into audio format for you and available for you anytime you want. Every episode we've ever done, in order from most recent to the oldest, is on iTunes and Podbean anytime you want. So if you're interested in that, maybe you missed an episode, missed a part of an episode, want to check out an episode again, you might be a longtime fan and wants to look back at classic episodes. Maybe you're a new fan and wants to look at those episodes for the very first time. Or maybe just looking to keep up on current episodes. Whatever the case, you can do all that on iTunes and Podbean. Just search for In the Spotlight 411. So you have Google Plus, YouTube, Podbean, and iTunes. Google Plus, YouTube, Podbean, and iTunes. All ways to keep up with our show and look back at old classic episodes. All right. I want to thank, as always, Justin for being here tonight. Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome.
I want to thank Mike for being here tonight. Thank you, Mike, as I look at his profile pic here.
It's a very majestic profile pic, but anyways. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Have a good night.
I want to thank myself for a great show, pat myself on the back, and thank all of you for your continued support and your contributions. Thank you so much for watching, and to those that will be listening, thank you to you as well. That is it for tonight, and that is it for Thursday shows until September 8th. Again, we will not have another Thursday show until Thursday, September 8th. Keep that in mind. And that Thursday, September 8th show will be the night that we announce the In the Spotlight TV Award nominations. We'll also provide you with the information that you need to participate in the live voted awards to help decide the nominees for the live voted awards, which we'll obviously vote on during the In the Spotlight TV Awards on Thursday, September 22nd. So again, September 8th, Thursday, September 8th is our next Thursday show. That night we'll announce the nominees for the annual In the Spotlight TV Awards. Thursday, September 15th, the winning ballots will be due, and then Thursday, September 22nd, we'll announce the winners of the 5th annual In the Spotlight TV Awards, and of course you can vote on live vote awards throughout that night as well. We still will have shows the next 2 weeks. We'll only be on Tuesday. So next Tuesday we'll have a show, and the week after we'll have a show on Tuesday as well. So next 2 weeks, only one show on Tuesdays. And that show, of course, will have all the usual stuff that we do in sports, entertainment, and wrestling. Obviously, we'll talk about the fallout from SummerSlam and Monday Night Raw on Tuesday. Sports, we'll cover everything we have to cover, including the Ryan Lochte story. And then, obviously, in entertainment, we'll do the box office. Being any important entertainment news that we have to cover, we will be sure to do that as well. All that will be on Tuesday, and the same will go for the following Tuesday. All the usual sports, entertainment, and wrestling covers that we give you, you will have on the Tuesday shows the next couple weeks. So, with that being said, that's it. I hope you all have a great rest of your night, a great weekend, and a great start to your week next week. We'll see you back here for our next show this coming Tuesday night. That is August the 23rd at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That is the next show. Until then, have a great night, everybody.